it's so hard to feel 100% bad for Zadia. Hard to feel 100% sorry for Zadia when Zadia has known what it was. Cameron told her what it ain't gonna ever be. He told her that time and time and time again. She chose to ignore him for whatever reason, right? She chose to ignore him. The red flags bouncing off her forehead. She chose to ignore it. So, like, what are we supposed to do? You knew what it was. He told you what it was. Let's talk about it though, y'all. What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk Ready to Love, Make a Move, Season 1, Episode 13, The Final Word, aka The Reunion. If you're brand new to the channel or a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up the video if you enjoy it, and then leave some comments down below. Y'all know we hit 20,000 at the end of last year. So the goal for right now, let's try to get to 25,000 subscribers. I will be doing Ready to Love Dallas when that premieres. Is that next week? I think that premieres next week already. I will be doing Ready to Love, the second part of Dallas next week. So make sure you are subscribed, have the notifications on, so you'll be here with me on Friday nights. All right, y'all? Let's talk about this. So the episode picks up right where it left off with Charisse yelling that she can't do this if Ashley's going to be acting like this next to her. How do you know that Ashley can do what she's doing with you standing up yelling at her like this? See, Charisse is one of those people that it has to be, it's all about how she feels, what she wants, what she's going through. It is never, she never takes anyone else into consideration, and that's why she doesn't have friends, right? We hear Charisse say over and over and over, she doesn't have friends. That's why I don't do girls. That's why I don't do this. It's you. It's you. You're not saving yourself from anybody. You know what I mean? You're saving other people from you. But okay. So she feels that Ashley is not giving her a chance to talk. But Charisse, you weren't giving Ashley a chance to talk either. So, like, it's push and pull, push and pull. Vernisha said that Charisse just always feels the need to defend herself because she was bullied as a child. So, because of that, it's always that I'm going to get you before you get me type of situation. And those people are always the most volatile. They're the most defensive. Tanika then said that, none of the ladies said anything negative about her. They weren't saying anything, they weren't mean to her from what we saw, and they weren't. They weren't. Her and Zadia went head to head a couple of times, but that was an even matchup, right? We didn't see the ladies all ganging up on you by any means. So Tanika said to just think of it as more like a sibling rivalry. Charisse said that she can accept that. Bye, Charisse. I'd be so happy when I don't have to see that lady again. Like, she is an insufferable person. So let's get to the packages, right? So we start off with Ashley. So Kirsten, Donald, and Donald's friend, was her name Tasha? She gives Tasha. But they come out, Donald's friend girl, they come out. Ashley said that she wants the guy that looks that like they were ready. She's always been attracted to the pretty boy, the fancy guy, the loud guy, the most energetic, but she wants to be attracted to the guy that at least presents that he's ready. Actually, that in itself is a red flag. So you don't want to be with the guy that's actually ready, just the guy that looks like he's ready. Actually, you're not ready. But okay. So Kirsten is sitting there with this blue hat that's too big for his head. There is nothing more hideous to me than when a man wears a hat and it's too big for his head. Kirsten looked a fool in that hat. And then to have it on with some Jordans, like, okay, sir, you really just showed up. You were really on the I'm just here so I don't get fined. So he said that it was just okay to meet Ashley. He had nothing to say, nothing to add. Every time they asked him, he's like, nothing. Ashley is like, I don't know why he has this energy. I mean, we haven't talked, but I had a lot of fun with him, and I just don't know why he's acting the way that he's acting. He said he's only there because he signed a contract. Tanika tells him that, okay, cool. You're not forced to be here, and if you want to leave, then leave. So the other ladies are like, why he here? Oh my God, he's so rude. Adding in, adding in. So Kirsten leaves. He tells one of the production people that, I told y'all I wasn't doing this. They were like, we thought that you wanted to say your piece. He said he had nothing to say. Why did you come? Why did you come looking a country bumpkin ass fool in that outfit anyways? Bye, Kirsten. Bye, Kirsten. Kirsten just wanted to be on TV. Kirsten never liked Ashley. Kirsten was probably hanging around hoping that he got his chance to be back with Zadia. But Kirsten never liked Ashley, and Ashley knew that. She was just more blinded by the fact that she thought he was attractive. So Ashley gets into it with Donald's friend girl again. So they're going back and forth about who was aggressive, who was combative, and all this. Both of y'all asses were. Both. BOFF. Both of y'all were aggressive and both of y'all were combative. So they asked Donald why didn't he interject, and Donald said, look, if I would have said anything, because he said that he didn't like the stuff Ashley was saying. So if he would have said anything, it would have looked like he was ganging up on Ashley. On one hand, that makes sense, right? On one hand, I understand that because we know how Ashley is. But on the other hand, Donald, there is still a way that you could have interjected and said what you wanted to say without ganging up on her. But okay. So Ashley doesn't understand what he was saying or what she was saying that he didn't like. And he was like that, you were saying I'm the star of the show. She was like, I was. He was like, and Ashley was saying, you're here for me. And she was like, you were. And it's like, Ashley. So then she's like, that's not even the type of energy that I'm on ever. Girl, you just said it. Like, one, that is the energy you were on. That's energy you've been on the entire show. You always kept saying, I'll see if I'll keep you around for me. I'll see if I'll keep you with me. I'll see if I want to keep you. That's how you always presented it. You never presented it as, let's see if this could work, or let's see if I think you're the right person for me. It was always with the notion of I, me. That is the energy you gave Ashley. Then for you to sit up in this man's face and do your ad-libs, which really solidify, okay, and verify what he was saying. Donald then said that, I'm sorry, he then said that that's why he was quiet, because of that energy, whatever the case. Ashley said that they are just friends, and if anything changes, she'll send Tanika and Tamika an email. Send them an email when you take your crazy ass to therapy. That's the email you should send. Where is Iyanla when you need her? So she can put Ashley's face in a hole like she did. It's not funny. But like she did Neffy's husband, and put her face in the hole so she can talk to her trauma. So Iyanla can go weep in the bush. Where's Iyanla when you need her? This was silly, Ashley. I really, really hope that Ashley has watched back this season and seen herself. I hope you watch back these episodes so you can see yourself, so you can fully I want you to watch every recap that every content creator has posted. I want you to search your name on Twitter and Reddit and Instagram and Tumblr and everything else. I want you to look at all these comments, watch yourself back on TV so you can fully understand what everybody is saying. Because it's not them, it's you. It's you. So we then get to Charisse's package. So Maurice and Mizelle come out. So Charisse thinks that she has found love with Maurice. They are apparently still together. She said that maybe she's not going back to Miami. We know that you are. You've had your business for 23 years. You are absolutely going back to Miami. So they then talk about the Mizelle and Vernisha situation. This is what got me about this. Here we have a couple that is still together, and y'all spent Charisse's whole package talking about Mizelle and Vernisha. That's why she hates y'all ass. That's why she don't like y'all. So Mizelle said that he can see how everything that happened was possibly a problem. Vernisha is still super pissed about this for some reason. And I think it's because she really liked Mizell and that's who she wanted to be with. She wanted to get the opportunity to like Mizell, but he kind of downplayed the situation. Her ego was bruised and she was over. And I think that's what tanked the entire process for her. I think after that situation, she wrote Tabari off as well. So Vernisha said that he sent her pictures of himself and his dog and talked about going out on a date with her that night. They talked all night and into the morning via text. So I put that Vern is still really upset about it. Mizell said that he's sorry that it didn't get to work out with Charisse. He said that he feels that his day is coming because he is still single, but he feels that his time is going to come. Charisse, who just had to say something, is like, yeah, because you're the oldest of all your brothers, and you're the only one that's not married, and, you have a lot of red flags, so, I'm glad I didn't pick you. Charisse, what do you have? What do you have? You need to just put the damn red flag on your head. That's how you should be, Charisse, because this is you. You are the red flag. What did Beyonce tell y'all? You are the visuals, baby. Charisse, you are the red flag. This is you. Just keep the red flag on your head. Just ridiculous. I can't stand for people to sit on stage and act as if she really sat on here like she is the grand fucking dame. Like, girl. Grand dame, ain't that a car? That's what you are, Charisse. You're a grand dame. Anyways, so let's get to Vernisha. So we then have Tabari and Jabari come out. So Venetia says she has no regrets. No regrets about anything that happened. She's very comfortable and pleased with her decision to choose herself, as you should be, right? If you didn't feel it, then that's fine. She said that Jabari has a very traditional and routine life. He works in government. Jabari works a typical 9 to 5, with Charisse being more of an entrepreneur, owns her own businesses. She works all different hours and different things like that. She felt that that was not going to work with her lifestyle, and it wasn't. Remember, he said that his woman should be home when he gets home. He likes to be in the bed by 10:30. So, if Renisha y'all said that she does hair. So, if she's on a set somewhere or she's doing hair for a photo shoot or, I don't know, like a casting call or, anything, like a fashion show, she might have to be out until 11, 12 o'clock. Maybe she's out networking. So it's not going to work for the two of them. So Jabari said he believes in gender roles and said that if you are wearing so many different hats of manager and boss and all this type of stuff, when you're out, when you come in the house, you need to know that you don't run this house. The way that he was saying it was very, very, very misogynistic, right? What he was saying is he wants a woman that is going to submit to him and let him lead the household, let him lead the family. There are ways to say that without you saying, you ain't the boss in here when you come home, turn all that shit off, don't come in here barking orders at me. And she was like, I know how to do that. He then said that if you're doing all of that, when do you have time to be a woman? The way Tabari was looking at him like... Tabari was letting Jabari walk himself into a home. He didn't jump in and say nothing to try to save him. He then said that he just does not believe that men should bend for their woman. And he is dating somebody right now. So kudos to you, Jabari. Good luck to you, sis. So we then talk about Tabari. Tabari feels that his character was berated on the show. He said that when you decide to not continue romantically, that doesn't mean that you have to stop talking as friends. He feels that they had a falling out, and that just doesn't sit well with him. So basically, even though they broke up, he didn't think that Vernisha would cut off all communication with him. Vernisha then said that she didn't understand him being shocked because there was no change. She told him time and time again, according to her, that she needed more communication from him. He said communication goes both ways. And the only time that she communicated with him was to yell at him for not communicating with her. And I believe that. Why? Because Vernisha said herself that she wanted to text him one day, but she waited to see if he would text her. And then when he did contact her, she used it as an opportunity to berate him. We saw it. We saw her do it. All Vernisha ever did was berate him. And I'm sorry, but you texting a man is not you chasing a man. Vernisha, you are too old to still have that high school, early 20s mentality, sis. You are. So she said that he didn't communicate. There was a period of 24 to 48 hours where they didn't talk. He said that's not true. Vernisha then said that they don't have any type of communication at all now. If she were to come back to New Orleans, she knows she can hang out with Jabari. They talk on social media, probably occasionally, probably share a meme or two or something. And he just, she has no relationship whatsoever with Jabari. It just wasn't meant to be. So the friends all joined the stage, sans LJ. He said, I heard y'all said we've been kissing, so I'm gonna stay away. So Stormy, Camille. Oh, that was it because Vernisha's friend didn't come back either. Okay, so Stormy and Camille come. Camille, who had to do her damnedest probably to not make any faces, but congratulations to her. Cornelius did propose to her, so congrats to them. So Camille said that Zadia was not listening to what Cam was telling her, and she wasn't. She wasn't. Zadia is like, what do you mean? Girl, are we watching the same? You live the show we're watching. So she said that Zadia had her blinders on because he was cute. Cameron does have a cute face, but Cameron's hair would not have worked for me. I'm going to leave it at that. So Zadia said that Cameron underpromises and overdelivers, because Vernisha said that Cameron was one of the only guys that really did show them around, that made sure they got in the house safe. He would do that type of stuff. I don't think Cameron is a terrible man. He just did not like Vernisha that way. He did not like Zadia that way. Zadia is standing 10 toes down on the fact that they never slept together. I think she put it in her Instagram story again that they never slept together. They literally stayed up all night talking. I don't know why y'all care so much. I don't. If she lied about it, who cares? I just feel like that was the one thing that y'all were some of y'all, not all, some people were so zoned in and hyper focused on. She stayed out with the man all night. She did not want that on TV. So she said that she went for a walk. I don't think that that's a big deal, personally. So we then get to Stormy, and Stormy is feeling away after watching her package. She didn't know Ashley was talking all that shit about her in the comments, talking about how she came dressed and all this other type of stuff. So while they're playing that scene, Stormy is looking at Ashley like, what is this? What is this? Ashley is like, girl, I was just mad at you. Stand on what you said, Ashley. Stand on what you said. You had an issue with her. You had an issue with some of the stuff that she was doing. Don't backtrack now because she's in front of you. So Stormy said that she was not flirting with him. Here's the thing. Y'all were definitely doing something. And it might not have, Stormy might be just a naturally flirty person. You know what I mean? I have a friend who is just a naturally flirty person, right? And if you were to tell, if you were to tell her that she was flirting with, if you were to tell her, oh my God, excuse me, y'all. If you were to tell her that she was flirting with this guy at the bar, she would be like, no, I wasn't. We were just talking. So Stormy might be one of those people that is just a naturally flirty person, right? Stormy said she wasn't flirting with him. She said that the way she came dressed is how she dresses when she goes to brunch and to dinner. That's how she dresses when she goes out to drinks and whatever with friends or on a date. She said, well, I guess now I'll just come dressed all the way down. Ashley then said, well, I'm never intimidated by another woman, but I will also never wear a glitter dress to your wedding. I would never wear this. And it's like, Ashley, stop. Time out. Flag. Where the red flags at? All of them. Right? Ashley, you are intimidated by other women. You don't think you are, but you are. You don't think you are, but you clearly are. You're clearly intimidated by other women. You had a fit when you found out that Kirsten went out on a date with Zadia and liked Zadia. You had a fit that Stormy, with the way Stormy came dressed. You were mad at Stormy from the moment she walked up with that outfit on. It didn't matter what Stormy did, that entire conversation, you were going to have an issue with her because you are intimidated by other women. Self-esteem issues. So she then said that Stormy was there for herself and she felt that she wasn't a part of the date. So she's like kind of going in on Stormy now, right? And again, it's not always what you say. A lot of times it's tone. So Ashley is kind of loud. Ashley's going in. So now Stormy is trying to blink back her tears. And she's like, you didn't tell me any of this. And we talked at that venue after the date. Before we left, we had a conversation. You didn't tell me that you felt any of this. So Ashley is like, well, you should have knew my demeanor. You know me. If I'm sitting there and I'm not talking, and Zadia was like, no, I'm going to stop you there. If you have an issue with somebody, you need to start addressing it in the moment. I feel the exact same way. I have a friend who does not address anything. She does not address anything. And she lets things fester and fester and fester. And then it gets to the point where we haven't talked in 5 or 6 months. And then when you see her out, she's awkward as fuck. And she doesn't know what to do because she has some phantom issue that she never addressed with you. I feel that if you have a problem with somebody, tell them in the moment. If you cannot tell them in the moment, tell them a day or two, like give yourself a day or two to calm down from it. But the way that Ashley was acting in that confessional, if I was Stormy, I would be kind of hurt too. So Stormy is like, I look like a homewrecker on here. So she gets up, she runs off. Ashley then runs after her. Sharice, so big lemon head ass, was like, that's why I don't do women. Full of drama. Shut the fuck up. You don't do women because women don't do you. You don't have friends for a reason, Sharice. It's not because you don't do women because they're full of drama. That is not the flex. It has never been the flex. It will never be the flex that a lot of women think it is. It's never a good sign when you say, this why I don't even hang out with girls. This why I don't do girls. This why I don't do females. That's not a flex, y'all. That's not a flex. And a lot of men are going to look at you sideways if you are a woman that says that, because their mind is going to go to the fact that you must have a lot of male friends. But okay, Sharice. So Ashley is backstage telling Stormy, I wasn't trying to make you look bad. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Stand on what you said, Ashley. You were absolutely trying to make Stormy look bad. You were. You were. Because if you weren't trying to make her look bad, everything that you said would have come out a complete different way. You wouldn't have mentioned what she wore. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have mentioned any of the stuff that you did. You attacked that woman in the confessional, and now that you probably done sat back and now you see how bad it looks, then you did it again in person. Then when you saw that it affected her to the fact that she was getting ready to cry, now you feel bad because you don't want to look like the bad person. So then we get to Zadia's package. And this is when things just go awry, okay? So Cameron is out. You know, Zadia ain't dating nobody else. So Cameron comes out and he said that He is single, very, very single, very single, very single right now, very single, very single. And he said he's single because he let work get the best of him, the way everybody on that stage rolled their eyes. So he never went to DC to see her. I'm assuming that they have not spoken. That's the vibe that I'm getting. He thought he was ready for the process, but he realizes that in order to fully be ready, you have to be willing to make space in your life for a woman, and he wasn't ready to do that. This is what gets me. You see a casting call for a dating show, Ready to Love, coming to NOLA, right? You see it, you decide that you want to do it. I'm sure you had some interviews. They gave you a synopsis about it. You've probably seen the show. They told you what the show was going to be about. You are going to date these women. They are going to then decide if they want to make a move down here to New Orleans where you two would start a new life together. You were under that premise. You signed on the dotted line. You went through all these tests and checks and balances. You started to date this woman, right? You saw that she was keeping you week after week. She gave you option after option, opportunity after opportunity to bow out, and you chose not to. So what do you mean you realize at what point in the process did you realize you weren't ready? Was it on the first date? Or was it at the end where now she done kept you all these 10 weeks and now it is time for you to really try to be in a relationship with her? I want to know at what point in the process did you realize you weren't ready? So Zadia said that she asked him if he wanted to continue and he would always say yes and she would believe him. That's your fault. If you have to ask somebody if they want to keep dating you, then they don't. That was the first red flag, right? He came over to your house. Remember, he showed up to the house and told her he's busy, he has a lot going on. He told you time, I feel like damn near every episode's idea, he told you that he was not ready. Or basically, without saying it, right? He would tell her that, I already had to take time off of work to do this. He would say that over and over again. Zadia now says that they had communication issues and they only talked when she contacted him. And he's like, no, I would always call you back. I would make time to call you back. I would make time to text you back. And the key word is back in that sentence. That's the key word. Which shows that you weren't making the initiative yourself. But then now we have to look at you, Zadia, because if you are having this issue with this man that for 10 weeks, you always had to contact first. Always. While he's telling you on these dates, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. What's not clicking up here? Seriously. So Vernisha then said people make time for what they want. Vernisha says she has jobs and she has obligations. She has 3 kids and she makes time to do what she wants. She makes time for what she wants in her life. Cameron then said, I think you're a dope person. I even brought you a gift. I said, not a gift. He goes and gets the picture. He got a picture frame for her. Remember when they had their little final dates and he didn't plan a date. He just took pictures of her on the street. He got it framed. The way Zadia took that picture and was like, okay, didn't even look at it and just put it down. So he's smiling with it. And they're all like, that's such a beautiful picture, Zadia. And she's like, uh-huh. She saw her. She was there. She know how it looked. Cameron then said, I did everything I could. I felt like it was a relief when the process was over because I didn't have to keep doing this. And I said, nigga, what? Now, in that moment, I felt bad for her. That moment, that little square of a moment, I feel bad for Zadia because for him to say, when I didn't have to keep dating you every week, I was relieved. Wow. Wow. He then said that he's single now because he's too busy. He said that he is now changed and he now knows what he needs to do for a relationship. I know how to carve that space and I've changed. In the past 3 months, he's changed. He then said that even like right now, I need to be interviewing people for a job, but I'm here so we can wrap this up. He said he now knows what to do to make space, to make time in his life to have a relationship. And in the same breath, or the very next breath, turns to Zadia, this woman that you all but dated for 2 months, who is has shown you she wants to try to make something work with you, and you tell her, I'm here so we can wrap this up. Wow. So she's like, well, you can do it now. He gets up and walks out, and then he's like smirking. This was a game to him. He never liked you, Zadia. He never, ever, ever, ever liked you. So we get a final check-in. Ashley and Donald said that they are both single, but whatever happens in the future happens, okay? Whatever happens, happens. The host tells them that they need to just get their sexual frustration out. So they run off stage. Sharice so denself. They going to have sex? They're going to have sex? Shut up, Sharice. God. oh, dumb Diddy. So, and then for Sharice and Maurice, they are still traveling back and forth between Miami and New Orleans, and they're going to see what they can work out. And that was the end of the series, guys. Do I think Sharice and Maurice are going to work long term? I don't. Personally, I don't. I don't care if y'all agree or not. Some of y'all were real sensitive in the comments. You are mean to Sharice. I don't know the lady to be mean to her, y'all. It's called commentary. I just don't see them working. Personally, that's me. Do I think Donald and Ashley are going to get together? Ashley needs to get into a relationship with a licensed therapist. That's what Ashley needs to get into a relationship with. Zadia will find somebody eventually, I'm sure. And I think Vernisha is going to have to loosen up. That is a very uptight, straight-laced type A, very serious woman. And while Vernisha does look like she's fun and I'm sure she's a vibe and a good time, Vernisha does not look, no, she doesn't look like she knows how to relax and be carefree and live life, if that makes sense. So let me know what you guys thought about this reunion. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I will see you guys next week when Ready to Love Dallas Part 2 starts. Catch you then. Bye.